Hey everybody, Amy McGovern here again. This month I'm going to talk to you about using error analysis in the classroom. Again, differentiation strategy that I guess I kind of fell in love with, and I find it really effective to use in all different kinds of content area. The subject I'm going to show you today is math. It's probably easiest aligned with math. But I'm going to go ahead and show it to you. Just know that it's a super flexible strategy that can be used in almost any kind of area where you want kids to reflect on mistakes without getting too upset. I'm not going to read this to you, but I did include the why it's a good idea to have kids analyze their math errors, or any kind of errors for that matter. So I'll just read what's in the bold print here. It promotes higher level thinking. It aids in conceptual understanding. A lot of times we focus on the computation part of things, not the conceptual part. So this is a great way for kids to build that in without you kind of falsifying a bunch of lessons to try to create it. This just kind of organically happens when you do error analysis. It's also a great test taking strategy. If you have logged into Edgenuity or Path Blazers, there are several problems on the kids' assessments where they will show them 3 different examples of work and say, which one's right? What's the error? Which one's possible or impossible? So this may get them ready for that type of question if and when we need to go there. This is the how to implement it. And I don't pretend to know your classroom or your kids. So you can, basically not follow these rules, but they're just some guidelines that I think may or may not work for you. They have worked in the past when I have introduced this to teachers. Normally I'm coming into your classroom and I'm teaching the kids right along with you, but this is going to have to do for right now. So how do you implement this? You have the students determine the errors in their own math work, whether that's on assessments or daily. You can create a gallery walk with posted errors on chart paper around your room and have kids kind of walk around with Post-it notes and make corrections, or they can maybe go back to their seat and, if you have a math journal, they could choose one to reflect on for that day. Implement error analysis math tasks. So again, those of you who are on Teacher Pay Teachers or you Pinterest, those kinds of, libraries have lots of different tasks. If you don't want to use your own kids' work, you can definitely find samples out there. It's not what I do, but again, there are definitely samples out there, specifically if you're looking for one type of error that you want to maybe front load the kids with. So here's a sample. This one's a pretty familiar one. You have the problem. Then you have an explanation. You ask the kids to explain how or why that problem is incorrect. You ask them to solve them correctly, and then maybe give some tips, some advice on how to not make that same mistake in the future. These 4 components can really be designed in any kind of format you want. But basically, when you think about the level of rigor it takes to not only solve the problem, but explain it, you can only imagine what kind of math practices you're going to get to dig deeper into. It's not only about accuracy. It really is defending an argument, right? It's all sorts of those practices kind of woven into one strategy. And again, I included this template. I know there's some artsy people out here that will just be like, I can't believe she left it just so plain. Yeah, I'm kind of plain Jane, but here's the template. Here's the 4 components that are essential. Make it beautiful. Share it with the world. Most importantly, share it with your kids. This is a great strategy for all kids, whether they're using their own work or someone else's work. It's a great way to give feedback and learn that feedback isn't a bad, right? It is feedback. It's constructivist, right? It's to make you better. It's not easy for all of us to take. This is one of those strategies that not only gets at deep thinking, it also gets to that other emotional side of accepting feedback. Okay, that's it for now. Enjoy this strategy. My name is Amy McGovern. If you have any questions, reach out.